In tonight's headlines, Chief Executive Zhang Li visits Sha Tin District to meet residents and small business owners as part of his consultation work for the policy address next month. Israel Defense Forces claim to have killed Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah in an airstrike on the Lebanese capital Beirut yesterday. And a powerful hurricane rips through southeastern United States, killing dozens of people and leaving more than 3 million without power.
Continuing his pursuit to gather as many views and opinions before his policy address in just over 2 weeks' time, Chief Executive Zhang Li visited Sha Tin District, touring several public housing estates and interacting with residents of all ages. Among the officials accompanying Li were Secretary for Labor and Welfare Chris Sun, Secretary for Home and Youth Affairs Alice Mack, and Secretary for Housing Winnie Ho. This man voiced concerns about dilapidated houses nearby that need maintenance. Li responded that the government would tackle these issues gradually and repair some public housing estates. Li also took the time to interact with children in the area, asking them about their activities and schoolwork. One fifth grader mentioned the homework is easy and English is his favorite subject. When Li asked about his after-school activities, the boy said he played games, making everyone laugh. Later, the CE visited a community rehabilitation day center to learn about the support services for persons with disabilities and also met with the carers. Li also inspected upgraded public housing units, which were taken back from tenants who were owning other properties and were not eligible for subsidized housing. Li's gesture of visiting the area delighted the community, and he was greeted warmly all throughout. The city's chief wrapped up his visit at Sha Kok Shopping Center, where he interacted with business owners and joined some diners at an eatery for dim sum and milk tea. Li said these visits help him gain a better understanding of the problems at the grassroots level, particularly issues related to transport, hygiene, living environment, and even the availability of facilities. He expressed satisfaction upon hearing that the government is making progress and receiving encouragement from the community. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
Before concluding his visit to Sha Tin, Chief Executive Zhang Li spoke to the press. Commenting on the now-defunct media outlet Stand News, the CE emphasized that professional journalism in the SAR is fully protected by law. Our protection aligns with international human rights standards. It's important for everyone to understand that this judgment reinforces the need to adhere to journalistic ethics and standards and to avoid allowing external influences to undermine your professionalism, he stated. Li's remarks were aimed at the sentencing of 2 former editors of Stand News for publishing seditious content. Promoting the mega-event economy, the CE reassured the public that the Kai Tak Sports Park project will meet government standards. Acknowledging the importance of the multi-purpose venue, Li expressed confidence in its anticipated success. Li added that government officials are in discussion with property giant New World Development about its application to transfer the group's entire stake in the facility to its main shareholder Chow Tai Fook Enterprises. The ownership change will not affect the park's opening or operations, Li said. Two taxi drivers were killed in a traffic accident on the Hong Kong-Shenzhen Western Corridor this afternoon. The incident happened around 3 p.m. near Ha Chun, where both drivers exited their vehicles after they collided. They were hit by a passing car while standing on the roadside. Online footage showed the damaged red and green taxis and the drivers lying on the road. Both were rushed to Tin Shui Hospital, where they were certified dead. The driver of the car has been arrested on suspicion of dangerous driving. Police closed off several lanes of the highway to investigate the incident.
A water spout was seen swirling across Victoria Harbour this afternoon, marking the first time in nearly 60 years that such a natural phenomenon has occurred in the city. Online video shows a long column of water near Hong Kong Public Pier, which extended vertically, reaching out towards the sky and drifting swiftly to the west before vanishing. The observatory later issued a warning against violent gusts affecting Hong Kong. Essentially a tornado occurring over water, it is often characterized by its funnel shape and ability to suck up water, connecting a convective cloud to the water surface. The mainland is bracing for a significant rise in domestic travel during the upcoming National Day holiday, followed by the Golden Week, during which tourism within China hits a peak. People from across the country plan to make the most of the week-long holiday to enjoy a relaxing getaway. According to a forecast by the National Immigration Administration, the average daily number of inbound and outbound travelers during the period is likely to reach 1.75 million, an increase of 18.5% compared with the same period last year. Border checkpoints are expected to be most crowded on October 1st and 6th, when travelers depart and head back home. Major international airports across China will experience a surge in passenger volume, with the daily average number of inbound and outbound travelers projected to reach 43,000 at Beijing Capital International Airport and 83,000 at Shanghai Pudong International Airport. The passenger flow at adjacent land ports to Hong Kong and Macau SARs will remain high. Gombe Port connecting Zhuhai and Macau will be the busiest, with the daily average number of inbound and outbound travelers projected to reach 320,000, followed by Luowu Port connecting Shenzhen and Hong Kong, with a number reaching approximately 200,000. The high-speed rail network connecting major cities across the country is also likely to be overwhelmed, and extra services will be added to cope with the surge. With many mainland cities holding promotional activities to celebrate the 75th National Day, the Ministry of Transport wants to ensure smooth and safe journeys for all travelers. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
Macau's presumptive chief executive Sam Ho-fai said he is devoted to promote the SAR's economic diversity. Being the sole candidate in the race, Sam made the comments at an electoral session attended by over 300 election committee members. Sam put forth his vision to create a law-abiding, vibrant, cultural and happy Macau through 5 years of dedicated effort. He also emphasized on his commitment to economic diversification and develop a non-gaming sector in the gambling hub. It is not enough to only rely on the gambling industry. What if there is another epidemic? How do we handle it? He said. This was something which the central government is also focusing on, Sam added. The former judge of Macau's top court also wants to promote local employment, adjust the import of foreign labor. Committee members raised concerns about challenges faced by small and medium-sized enterprises, to which Sam responded that a thorough analysis of the economic environment is essential before implementing specific policies. He introducing consumer vouchers to stimulate the economy, stating he would assess their feasibility with his team. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
The Israel Defense Forces claim they killed Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah in airstrikes targeted on the Lebanese capital, Beirut. Nasrallah's exact whereabouts were not known, and other senior members of the Iran-backed militia group were also killed in the targeted attack on the group's headquarters in Dahia district in southern Beirut yesterday. Hezbollah has confirmed the news. Hassan Nasrallah will no longer be able to terrorize the world, Israel Defense Forces said on the social media platform X. Later, the military posted a picture of eliminated Hezbollah members, including Ali Karaki, who the Israeli military identified as commander of the group's southern front, saying Hezbollah has been dismantled. The attacks apparently took place just hours after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Israel's biggest supporter, United States, denied connection with the attack.
Still gathering information. I can tell you the United States had no knowledge of or participation in the IDF action.
At least 25 other people were also killed in the attack. Though the death of Nasrallah could affect the course of the war, Israel said it won't stop operating against Hezbollah until all of our civilians can safely return home. Quentin Yang, Cable News. At least 49 people have died as Hurricane Helene tore its way, causing widespread damage in southeastern United States. Although it has weakened to a tropical depression, Helene made landfall in northern Florida as a Category 4 hurricane, packing wind speeds of up to 225 km per hour. Leaving a trail of destruction, the storm moved north through the states of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Helene's remnants will continue to bring rain and gusty winds to some parts of North Carolina. Nearly 3.3 million customers are left in the dark as Helene knocked out power through several states across the eastern U.S. Consequent downpours led to serious waterlogging across North Carolina, forcing desperate rescue missions, with crews transferring residents with rubber dinghies. New York-based Moody's Analytics said it expects 15 to 26 billion US dollars in property damage. Quentin Yang, Cable News.